Well, now, how about I share my real story? What exactly are these 5 investments that indeed got me out of poverty? Well, in case you didn't know, I wasn't born with a silver plate on my mouth. Anyway, I was born from quite over a fortunate family, and I tried the best as I can. Well, I can't frame myself and say like I'm multi-millionaire and whatever. I'm still trying the best that I can. But the point is, I feel at this particular point, because I promised you on this channel, I'm gonna be sharing real information, real real things and practical things that I myself I do them, I have ever done them, so that at least I can be able to borrow from I myself. And by the way, guess what? This video gonna be as short as possible and straight to the point. The only thing that you need to do is to just sit back, watch it to the end. By the way, I've ever made this kind of a video. It's a bit of a continuation of the last one, but I can promise you it is not exactly what I shared last time. It's sort of a continuation. Are we together? But you don't have to go there and watch it for you to watch this one. You can watch this one and you can still go watch the other one, and they all still make sense. All right? The only thing that I want you to do, go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure that you subscribe. Leave a comment on the comments. By the way, why do I even tell you to subscribe? Because I upload a video each and every day, so you don't miss any good video of mine whenever I upload them. Are we together up to that particular point? Let's get into the business now. Here we are, and I'm gonna be real. This is not a motivational video. This is a real video. Well, the very first thing, the best investments I've ever made in my life, by the way, that changed my life completely up to date. It's buying a smartphone, a microphone, and buying a ring light that you can see. I don't know whether you can see the reflection right there. Well, of course, it's not the only thing I have. I have a softbox. I have other things that I invested later. But anyway, you see that round thing, this microphone and the phone, that is exactly the thing that I bought. That is the investment that I made that changed my life completely. Before I explain about that, let me go to the second point, then I'll come to this particular point. And by the way, guess what? The last two investments, you can as well do them. You may not be a producer like me. You may not be a content creator like me. That's the time I was looking for. But the last two, you can do them. All right, let's go first of all to the second point before we come to this first one about the phones and ring light and what have you. The very first thing I believe I did in my life that completely changed my life and how I perceive life is when I actually mind shifted myself. I shifted my mind. I did what we call the mind shift. And guess what happens now? I got myself into the informal sector after graduation. That is after university. In Kenya, we call it after campus. Okay? Where I transitioned from the university mindset to the informal sector. For those who have been with me, like Triple M, very wonderful lady, by the way, she has a YouTube channel, but that lady has been with me from day one. Just go to YouTube and search Triple M. Triple M. Masimaira Mugambi. Go check that lady. She has been with me. Probably you're going to see her comment on the comment section. Anyway, see, from the first time, for those who know me for quite a long time, I was actually in this, what you called the interior design thing. I was painting and what have you. Why did I get myself into that? Obviously, if you come from Africa, you know, once you graduate, there are no jobs. What do? You cannot just live there blaming the government and doing all the complaints each and every day. Of course, after blaming the government, of course, you have to do something extra so that at least you can feed yourself, you can be able to do some other things, because obviously you're not under the parents' wings. So what I did is transition from the university life to the informal sector, where I was doing that what I can afford. Because obviously, reason why I said I won't discuss about the smartphone, because you'll ask me, where did you get the money to buy the phone? Where did you get the money to buy the microphone and the mic and whatever? You know how young people usually reason. Now, first of all, this is where I went to. I saved my money little by little and little by little and little by little until actually the first phone that I bought, I would say, kind of changed, not even kind of, actually extremely changed my life. That phone costed me 15,100 Kenyan shilling. That's around like $150 or something of sort. Yeah, that is the phone that I bought. By the way, I still have that phone. Yeah, this phone completely changed my life. Now, when I bought this phone, obviously, this is when I started posting videos constantly, because I was filming with this particular phone. Actually, I didn't know I was even having it near me here. Okay, so I filmed with that phone continuously, where I posted videos about myself, where I was writing the books, where I can actually sell them, where I was actually offering the consultancy, of which I still do, and all those kind of things. So that is exactly how I changed my life. Now, from the formal sector to the informal sector, do what is available there, get some little cash, actually go ahead and consolidate that amount of money. And of course, Now, here it's come to the last investments I was telling you about. There's something called money market fund that I've been talking about. I got into it, well, I would say a little bit earlier, that's for sure. And this is where exactly I was throwing my cash there back then. You see, I knew, you know what, my aim was actually to raise around 13,500. But I was actually putting that money to that money market fund because I knew it's actually giving me interest each and every day. So whatever I was throwing into that money market fund, of course, the aim was to buy particular form. And that's why we actually invest in anything, be it the stocks, be it the MMF, bills on bonds, with a particular target and ultimate goal of doing a particular thing. We don't just invest because people are investing. We all have different reasons why we do that. So when I was in the informal sector, I got myself an MMF. I still got myself stocks or shares. And those are the two things that I told you, you can as well do them. You may not be able to buy phones and what have you because you're not a content creator, but these are the areas that really changed my life. About the shares up to date, by the way, for your information, I'm making this video at around morning, around 6-ish a.m. or around there. And by the way, after this, by God's grace and will, I'll go before my computer and buy shares again. Even if I'll buy shares for 400 Kenyan shilling, that's like $4, $10, whatever that I will be having. I buy shares every time and constantly. Why? I am not employed by the government. I'm not looking forward to one day where I will get the pension. You know, these things they give you after retiring and whatever. I'm not expecting anything because I'm not employed by any government. So I have to make sure that I build that particular thing by myself. And how do I do it? Instead of go grab that cheeseburger, go grab that particular thing randomly, I get that money, I buy stocks or shares or equities, depends on how you call them, I accumulate. And this is why I always tell young people, just try as much as I can. It may not give you the reward today, you may not be able to see those fruits today, may not even make you a millionaire next month or even next year, but surely one day it will change and transform your life. Now, when I was in this informal sector, I got myself a money market fund. Up to date, I have 3 of them, money market funds. Well, of course, for long-term, medium-term, and short-term goals. So now I was throwing that cash into that particular MMF where I was actually trying to raise this 15,000 for me to buy myself a phone so that I can get into the production. And that is exactly how I changed myself completely. And then I moved to the next level. What else did I invest into as far as this thing is concerned? Now, the thing is this. What happened is that I got myself into the money market fund. What I've discussed now with you, I invested in the right people and also in the right, how can I call it? I invested in the right skills and the right people. Of course, when you're starting up, you need to assign or you need to align yourself with people of the like mind. You cannot just hang around with people who are failures and you want to win, or you cannot hang around with marathoners and yet you're training for boxing. You have to hang around with the people who are training for boxing for you to do that. Now, how did I invest on this? Okay, first of all, I didn't know how to edit videos. Well, of course, I had to do that. Honestly speaking, I won't lie, I did not use any money to learn about the editing. I did not buy a course on Udemy, Coursera, Skillshare. I did not buy any course. I have to be sincere. So for that matter, I saved, it cost maybe around, say, 2,300 Kenyan shilling or something, because it's around $11, 12, 13, 15, around there. Now, the point is, I did not invest in buying those particular skills. I actually relied on YouTube for me to learn the skills about video editing. I relied on YouTube to know some things to do with how do you start up a YouTube channel, how do you actually do this and this. For example, when I'm writing my books, yeah, because I do write books oftenly, and the books that I write, it's not the book that you are used to. I write this kind of books that are simple, precise, brief, and to the point about the investments. Okay, now when I'm writing the books, obviously I get myself some softwares that can help me to do some research and what have you. Sometimes I can pay some people for them to see. Now, investing in those particular right people, asking this question, aligning yourself with this kind of individual, kind of changed my life completely. One day maybe I'll come here and share information on who actually motivated me to start the YouTube channel, because for Kenyans, the persons, by the way, they are not one person. It's actually 3 people who inspired me to start this YouTube channel. Maybe one day I'm just come here and share who exactly those people are. Now, I wanna make this simple for you so that you understand how did I transition myself from the broke life to being in a situation whereby, well, again, I'm not saying I'm wealthy. I'm not saying that I'm poor neither. You see, when I say from broke life, somebody may be like, oh, so means that Joseph, you are a multi-billionaire. No, that's where we are heading, by the way, by the 2025 thing, by God's grace and will, that's where we are heading. But for now, at least I can say I transitioned myself from somewhere to somewhere. And you can actually do that particular thing. Maybe you're a bit confused or something. What do I mean? Pick that thing that you understand. If you realize that what you got from the university is not working for you, check for something that you can be able to do. Even if, by the way, this is, if you would like to know your purpose on this life, ask yourself, if you didn't go to school, what is that thing that you still do continuously and you still do perfectly? Let me just repeat that question again. See, assuming that you never went to school, what is that particular thing that you can do it perfectly without even having other extra skills? Now, that thing, what you say you can be able to do, you can run, you can dance, you can sing, maybe say you can do comment, you can do whatever. All those things, money is hidden in those things. The only thing that you need to do is do that what you can, then find out how can you monetize that specific thing. How can you monetize comedy? How can you monetize you being a good public speaker? How can you monetize you being a good, say reader and what have you? Maybe you can do book reviews. Maybe you can do what? And as I assume somebody who is a good reader, of course, they tend to be a good writer. So the thing is, because what I've realized that most of the people do nowadays, especially the celebrities, is that you are a celeb, you are popular, you are known out there, but you don't have the capacity to monetize that what you have. So you rely under the masses of brands. And I'm not saying brands are bad to partner with you, but you don't rely on the masses of the brands. What you do is you actually go ahead and monetize that what you have and get yourself to the next level. Now, let me just recap what exactly I said. For me, if you ask me, the best investments I ever made in my life is buying three things: my phone, my microphone, and my ring light. Or the ring light comes with the stands. Okay, those are the important things that I bought. And how did I do that? Of course, I transitioned from the formal to the informal sector, where I raised the money to get myself a phone, the phone that I used to produce to make the videos, to post them here. So that's why you know me today. And I still have that phone with me. It's right here. By the way, it's not like a lot of years ago, like 2 years ago. Yeah, that phone is still here. Okay, two point something years ago. And then the other thing, because I haven't been in these games for quite a long time, actually, if I say maybe maximum is maybe say 3 or 4 years, okay, but not for three point something. Now the other thing I did is actually get myself or align myself with the right friends and the right skills. The skills that actually resonate with that what I'm doing. Skills of video editing, making sure that I know how to produce the video, stand before a camera, gather the courage, and know how to introduce myself and go straight to the point and what have you, and how to grow my YouTube channel and such kind of a thing. The other thing that I did, of course, is to I got into what we call the shares earlier and money market fund. That actually helped me a lot as far as the growth is concerned. And up to date, I still build those castles, I still build those portfolios and that particular beast as far as the investments are concerned. I still do the shares, I still do the money market fund continuously and other investments like rates and what have you. So it is good to make sure that at least you also pick that what resonates and works for you. And by the way, if you want to get yourself out of the broke life, number one, if you do not have the money to invest, trade your skills, energy, and time, and you're gonna get the money out of that. And once you get the money out of that, then concentrate that money towards other particular areas of investment. And one thing that you're supposed to do is that go out there and avoid something called the blame game. Blaming everybody who is out there and saying, hey, I'm poor because someone is rich. Do not dwell in that particular mentality, because you're gonna get yourself into lots of problems. Well, I don't know, but I hope this video actually was of value to you, and I've actually shared some of the information that you can actually pick from me and do something out of it. But don't forget, go support that beautiful lady by the name Triple M out there. I mean, she's a beautiful soul. She did something and she's been with me. Probably gonna see her comment on this section, after I post this video. Anyway, that is it. And you guys, not only her, but many other people do watch me. And by the way, I said, because this is a customer care week, I'm gonna recognize you guys, like Isaac, is it Isaac Kanyiri or Kinyiri or something? Yeah. Some other guys, I usually see you guys commenting each and every time. By the way, I'm going to come here on this board and actually going to give you a shout out. And also my members who have actually joined this particular channel. Anyway, that is it, guys. If you'd like to get my services in one way or the other, my number is always on the description of this particular video. And go ahead, leave me a comment on the comment section. See you in the next one.